We go through a lot of tires, and when we did the math, we realized we actually could save some money by adding our own tire changing equipment from BendPak to our shop. We're going to show you what we got and how to use it. This is the R980 AT tire changer, and we went with the DST 2420 balancers. So first order of business here is to get this old tire off the rim, and first order of business in that process is to get the air out of this old tire. So we're going to remove the valve core. Once all the air is out of there, next step is to break the bead on the front and back of this tire. We're going to lift up what is going to be colloquially referred to as the shovel, and we're going to hit our foot pedal, and that is going to press the side of the tire in and pop that bead off, and you're probably going to hear an audible pop when that bead comes off. All right, so now that we got these beads off, we can get our wheel up on our turntable deck here, lock it in place. The first thing you want to do is get your, what they call the duck head in position. This is going to be the part of the machine that is setting the tire down over the rim and peeling the tire off of the rim. This is also where the assist arm comes in real handy on this BendPak machine. What this allows you to do is put some pressure on this side of the wheel to get that tire under. Now that we have this little bit of extra diameter in play here, because we have the lip of this tire down below, we can pry this side of the tire up over the rim and over that duck head. And once it's on there, all we have to do is rotate it and it will come right off. Let's also remember that this assist arm is now riding around with the tire, so we'll want to release that before it runs into this and jams everything up. And make sure you're staying down below the bead in your larger diameter area. And boom, there you go. That's the hard part, folks. So now you have to get the bottom lip of this tire up over the same rim, and just that simple, you have a free tire. So much like so many things in life, installation is the reverse of removal. We will slide the duck head back into position, and this time, instead of going over top of the front of the duck head, we're going to go over top of the rear of the duck head and under the front of the duck head. So to facilitate that, we will kind of push this down as far as we can, rotate it, and get things started. If you have a little bit of an angle to start things out with, that will help the back of that duck head, the duck tail as it were, slide under that rim more precisely. Once you have things started, this is the point where things can go very, very wrong. You can stretch a tire, you can tear a sidewall, a lot of things can go bad here. So once you make sure you're properly positioned over the tail of the duck, under the head of the duck, make sure that this tire is going on not on the bead surface, but down on the barrel surface, which has a smaller diameter, and let it stretch over and fall right on. Now it's going to be the same thing putting the top on, but this one's going to take a little more finesse because this is a very low profile, very stiff sidewall tire. And you saw that we had trouble releasing both beads when we were taking it off. Well, that means that this tire is going to want to naturally pop into that bead surface. So that's where our assist arm again comes into play. Low profile tires especially can be troublesome because they have a lot of natural tension in them. So it's just a matter of going slow, getting everything, making sure everything is down below those beads, getting plenty of diameter. And now we are on there, and it is time to set these beads, which is going to be easy because the tire is wanting to set its own bead. So I'll rotate back around to where we have a good access to the air inlet. We will plug our air chuck in, keeping our hands away from everything because, as you can see, this lip right here is going to pop up into that bead. It's going to do so with a lot of force. You don't want anything near there that you care about. Start applying some pressure. So once you get those beads to pop, have your valve stem and your valve core tool ready to go, and pop it back in there as quick as you can. You won't lose any air. You can air them up to the proper pressure, and then we'll go over and we'll balance these babies. So So now that we're all mounted and aired up, next thing is to balance them. We're going to use the DST2420 over here for that. Like, the first thing we're going to do is take the old weights off of the inside of this wheel. All right, so once all of our weights are off, we can get it up onto the spindle. Of course, the machine comes with a variety of cones that you'll use to seat the outside of your wheel with. Give it a spin by hand to make sure you're on the spindle properly. And we can set up our machine for the right sizes and the right orientation of everything. So to get this machine talking the right language, we need to set up a few parameters first. We need to set up the size of the wheel and the orientation of the wheel with the machine. So we use this device here to show our distance from the wheel rim to the machine. Distance is 5.5. Our diameter is 18 inches. And our width is 8 inches. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to set what type of weight we're going to be using and what type of balance method. In this case, we're going to be using stick-on weights. They're all going inside the wheel, so that is the ALU2 right here. And scroll through it with that button right there, and we are all ready to give her a spin. Start the spinning, just lower your hood. So what this is going to show you is how much weight needs to go where. In this case, we need a 1/4 ounce on the inside diameter and 2 ounces on the outside diameter, and these indicator lights show you where that needs to go. When all those lights are lit, that is your due north position on the tire. So that's where our 1/4 ounce goes on the outside. So let's start there. We're using stick-on weights here, so we need to clean the inside surface of the wheel so we get good adhesion from the stick-on weights. You want to use the cleaner that flashes off completely, doesn't leave a residue behind, and is going to cut through all of the brake dust and road grime and everything on the back of the wheel. All right, there's a perfectly balanced tire, and look, folks, if I can do this, you can too. The decision you have to make is this worth the trouble? Is this worth the finances? Is this worth the space in my shop? For us it was. For you, that's something you will have to decide for yourself. Hey, you know what? If you like the stuff we're doing here at Grassroots Motorsports, do me a favor. Go right down here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell, and you'll get first notice of any of the content we post online. Also, check us out on the web at grassrootsmotorsports.com to see everything that we're doing in the print magazines and online. We will see you next time in the shop. Thanks for coming.
Support brands that support Grassroots Motorsports. Get your chemical solutions from CRC Industries. Visit crcindustries.com to learn more.